Oh, hey girl.
Hey, girl. Mm. How you doing, buddy?
I'm walking on moonshine.
A little a hint to our viewers. Kyle's drinking moonshine. That's
Yeah,
that was the joke there.
moonshine, lemon LaCroix.
Quality. I made myself a daiquiri.
You
You got your lime juice, got your soda water, little
wait,
simple syrup.
is that blended? What's going on in there?
No. It's an old school one. Just ice, and rum. Ice, rum, lime juice, little sugar water, soda water. That's it.
Rum, lime juice, soda. Why did I always think a daiquiri was a blended drink?
It usually is now, but like old school, it was just like any other drink. It just had lime juice and rum. It's just got to be lime juice, rum, and some sugar.
Oh, I got that here. I'm gonna have a daiquiri tonight. Also,
Why not? Give it up.
truly, why not? Why not has been the justification of pretty much everything I've done in the last since we've spoken on
I
Hagen.
thought you were gonna say life in life, but
Also
yeah.
life, but I mean, we can't all just be like Matthew McConaughey. Life's a beach. Oh man, what are you gonna whatever? Although I try.
I will say. Oh, before, if anyone wants to ask us anything or excuse me, wants us to call them, click on the link and chat right now and submit, and we'll try to get to you. Just got to throw that out there. We forgot last time. Producer told me.
Get
So
a hold of your boys over on Hey Girl.
yeah, come on. And
The boys.
Aparna was coming on. We went on to sound check, and she was like, Where are you right now?" Got to give you a credit, Kyle, and you were like, "Got a cool guy background." That's all it is.
Yeah, all this is. This is a downloaded background of an emancipated 15-year-old's apartment. So I got that. We got the electronic drums back there.
Yes.
The wall of remote control cars.
Oh yes.
3 bikes
Mm-hmm.
over there. Got a real cool dude tool chest with a. I just painted an RC truck body today.
Whoa! What the
So
fuck? Where did
we
Prince's RV come from? I love that.
Yeah, we went with a banging purple. We're gonna do the shell, a white. We're gonna do that, a pearlescent white, the cap. We got some. We did that today. In between jump ropes.
Nice.
And it's still like, it's great. We got drunk about a ladder because the missus and I both decided we're just drinking. We're like, we got to get on this roof. Much like the story, I think I got like, there's an animal instinct. Like you want to be up high,
Yeah, and it's the funny thing is, because of that joke, and that's been a big one from the album. Please hold me. Pick it up, folks, or stream it for free.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
This joy.
There's a bit about Kyle getting up on the roof in Palm Springs. It's just like, it was only because it was Palm Springs, where you got to be quiet and you can't do anything nutso outside. Your nutso has to be inside. Like any other town, we were like rented a house. No one would have cared that you were just a random guy on the roof. No one would have cared.
It was I was getting loose. I get loose, but now the problem is like, when you're in a relationship, hopefully there's an idea of balance, and we don't have that. There's no. It's just checks and checks. It's checks on checks.
There's no balance.
Do this. I second the motion, and then no third party to object.
Yeah. You guys are fucking nuts. I remember at my wedding reception with Rachel just dancing around, and you with a shirt unbuttoned to your stomach, holding a drink as she danced, and just standing by her and going, just humping the air. Yeah.
I don't.
Doing that face was very entertaining.
Rachel doesn't dance with me. She dances at me. It's it's elements of, traditional hip hop dance, and also like a kind of like a Pacific Island battle dance. It's a lot. I
Sure.
feel
Like the Maori tribes.
it's two coin. It's two sides of the same coin of being threatened. I'm scared to be there
Right.
because it's violent, but I'm
Yep.
scared to leave to know what would happen to me if I didn't make myself available. Anyway, we got an 11-foot ladder and a telescope coming. So
Great. How big is your telescope?
do you know how big telescopes are now?
No.
Which, funny enough, the ladder, like, listen, I'm already shopping for telescopes. This thing, you can see Saturn's rings. You know what I'm going to need to see those rings better? Another 11 feet. So I better get that ladder.
Yeah,
I better go on the roof.
it's true.
This telescope, it's going to be great if I can get just one more story of reach into the cosmos.
Yeah.
It's a 50-pounder. We're looking at 4.5 feet tall. This thing's it's like an old timey pirate cannon.
We got a drunken trivia night going, which you got to join sometime every Sunday. And one of the questions that I found was, how many Earths would fit into the sun? Do you know the answer?
It's a lot.
1,000,000. 1,000,000 Earths to make one sun.
A million's never the answer for math outside of what's one.
Pat Bryce. For the Pat Bryce bit?
That was like, yeah, how many pennies fit in this room? 1,000,000. Get me out of here.
1 billion?
R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the laddie. Oh, our drinking tonight benefits the Coalition for the Homeless. So if you want to donate, please do. It goes to help people living on the streets and getting obviously the worst of everything that's going on right now. So if you got a couple bucks banging around, throw them in if you would. Appreciate that.
CJ Sullivan wanted me to rehash a story. I don't think it was a story, but I was just bitching about like our old times of living together.
Sure.
I think it was like you started doing better than me. Like early, but you were like doing commercials and you were getting out there and you were getting a lot more stand-up stuff.
Okay.
And I was like, people should know we lived together from 2003 to 2006.
Right.
In Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was 26 years old. I moved from my parents' house for the first time ever to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That was my I lived at home till I was 26. Like a super cool guy who gets laid all the time.
That's right.
And yeah, I was miserable. But then you got here, you hit the ground running. But it was just one time where I would like just be broke as shit, and you'd like come home with shrimp, be like eating shrimp, just nonchalant eating shrimp. I'm like, this bitch got shrimp. You're just eating shrimp at me right now, dog.
Two things. I was probably working in catering, and so I just would get the leftovers. But I remember I would get a case of beer every Friday and bring it to the house.
No, I was a piece of shit. This is not a criticism.
But also, oh shit, I'm losing my train of thought. It wasn't. God damn it! It wasn't just.
You would get a case of beer.
I remember the most fucked up thing was I did the first Fuck Yeah Fest, which was just in a couple dumb bars, like nothing.
Yeah.
It was dumb. But I got home and you're on the couch drinking a beer and you're like, where are you at? And I was like, oh, I did this festival. I saw this cool band. And this dude was like shirtless and he had tats. And I don't know shit. I don't know anything about bands, punk bands. And he had I was like, had a tattoo on his chest that said, how much art can you take? And your head just turned. And you're like, you saw Dillinger 4? You mother... Like, and you just started kicking shit around the house. And I was like, oh, they were great. Have you seen them? Like, I was...
Yeah, it's like, now I didn't even know they were playing. I'm like, what? Those misery days of like, well, I could leave the house and pay. I have to either get drunk enough to carry me through the show. I won't be able to afford beers when I get in.
Right.
So I gotta try and get super drunk now, but like time release it in my body like an Advil.
Never works.
No, it doesn't. But boy, if we didn't try every single weekend.
We really did. I remember you covered a tab at Ye Old Rustic for like $70. You're like, I got it. And I was like, yeah. And like this one, I was also broke, and you covered it. And the next day, you're like, oh, what did I do? That was all my money.
It was we tore up that town.
We really did. And it was also fun that you'd see occasionally Kiefer Sutherland, who was always worse than us. And like,
I think I'm stronger than him because I never remember seeing him. I know he would show up there, but I never saw him there. I remember the night we wound up drinking till 2 and thought we could bridge. We thought we could make it through the bridge between when the bars closed at 2 and then the drawing room opened at 6.
6. Yes.
And I think we had chewed a bunch of Ritalin or something. Really thought we were gonna make it.
We were pretty into Ritalin back then, and we were kicking each other like, wake up, and we strolled down and got in first in the door, 6 a.m. And the lady let us in, or the man let us in, and we sat at the bar, and you fell asleep immediately. And the guy's like, out, and kicked us right out. Which,
well, that was like there was like 3 Vietnam vets who get there, like they get there at 0600 every day.
Morning beers.
And just watching Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah.
Managed to get a couple sips in it. They just fell asleep on the bar. But I remember like, is he? And you're like, he's cool. And
yeah, they're like, fuck off, get out of here. Yeah.
We had some times, buddy.
We did. I seem to remember you barfed in front of a church where people were coming out of it. Was that the same day? It can't have been. If it was 6 a.m., there's no way. That was a different day.
I barfed on a Sunday morning. I barfed.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Well, hey, my apologies to the Lord and his followers for that.
It was, when you got to get it out, you got to get it out. Hey, we got $25 each from Sentient Belch and Swayze Meteor. These are great names and great donations. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for your screen names.
Yeah. Swayze Meteor.
How was your week? How was your week, Matt?
Not too much.
How'd you do, buddy?
Not too much craziness. A little less wild. Things seem to be kind of people kind of just settling in. I live in a cul-de-sac and everyone knows each other, so everyone's kind of chill. My neighbor Rick, who's hilarious, he's a mechanic. He's always got a cigarette dangling in his mouth. He's been into kiting. He'll have a kite out there, just in the middle of the street, flying a kite. And I went by him and I was like
that.
I was like, Rick, what? I was like, that's a great kite. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm shit at this. And I'm like, hey, you're doing it. You're flying a kite. And he's like, man, I used to be good as a motherfucker. It was so wistful. I was like, I used to be good as a motherfucker at flying a kite. Now,
that's a war. I mean, you get those guys with the marionette action. Kites are just like reverse marionettes.
Mm-hmm. But it was just his daughter's like crappy little kind of cheapo one. And she wasn't out. He was just in the street flying a kite. It's pretty great.
Kites are not made the children don't have the patience for kites. Remember getting a kite and you'd be like, you got to run with it. You'd run for like 10 feet. Like, this is dumb.
I'm done with this. Yeah.
Kids don't give a shit about kites.
That was our generation. Imagine the kids now. They'd be like, the fuck is this? No.
Drone? You got drones.
Yeah. I have an attack vehicle from Star Wars age. It flies around.
We'll hook a lighter and spray can to this. Burn your house down.
Oh, God.
Could do that.
I love that you weaponized it in one sentence. That was perfect.
I've seen it done, and now that I know that that's a possibility. If I choose to be afraid of the things that I'm aware of, my life's over.
Yeah, that's well said. That's well said. I think that's true for
flamethrower to a drone. We lit shit on fire all the time, dude. All the time.
Did you used to have bottle rocket fights when you were a kid? Where like you just shoot like Roman candles just at
we can do Roman candles, yeah.
Jesus.
My buddy, I grew up. Okay, let me see if I can compact all these details in one story. We grew up with this kid Pete the Greek, and uh, he was like this big goofy Greek guy. Andy had a stutter. I'm not gonna make fun of that, but it was like he'd get very excited about things, and then the stutter would kick in, and he wouldn't be able to express himself, and it was fun to watch. But he would like they had a Roman candle fight where he actually set a bush on fire in his front yard, and then then the cops pulled up and they ditched the Roman candles, and the bush went out and it was just smoldering. And the cops were like, "What's you guys playing with fireworks?" And he's like, "No, no, no, no." And his mom just came out. And she's like, "You go away. You go. Leave the boys alone." Yelled at the cops to leave him alone with a literal burning bush and a stuttering kid that can't lie.
Wow.
It was he had another great story about beating a raccoon to death with a bat inside of a pillowcase. Whole other thing. Yeah, raccoon. Man.
It was Chicago. Did it owe money? Hey.
I mean, I still love the phrase Greek lightning. I think Mick taught me that one. Oh boy.
Who, Betancourt?
CJ Sullivan's watching, so say hi to him.
Hey, Sage. Hey, Sully.
Yeah. So yeah, my week.
You were making fun of people with the banging in the pots at 8 o'clock about the healthcare worker.
Listen, I think it's
videos where he's on the balcony and he's acting like they're cheering for him. He's doing live comedy isn't dead. Like he just says something stupid. He says something dumb. If you guys don't know CJ Sullivan, he's a Chicago comic buddy of ours. He's on a balcony. It's like 7:59, and he'll just yell something, and of course everyone's like woo bong bong, and he's like thank you. So stupid.
I mean I know we're not trying to do current event. Like listen, if the pots and pans things makes you feel like a participant, and it makes you feel like you're doing something, I guess so. But I'm not gonna be one of the guys who's like criticizes anybody who says thoughts and prayers after a mass shooting for it being an empty gesture, but then being like, oh my God, thank you, nurses, thank you, healthcare workers. Are you just getting home from work? How is this? How do you like it? Do you have to leave for work right now? Do you like this? Is this a good, who wants that? I would never want that for anything.
I mean, that's why I bought orchestral instruments for my whole neighborhood. I got a cello for Kev, oboe. Kara's got an oboe.
Even an awkward first attempt at a legitimate musical instrument would still sound more harmonious than people destroying kitchenware.
Ferris Bueller. Never one lesson.
Yeah. He also had a dope keyboard early on, floppy disk keyboard.
Oh yeah, remember those?
Well, I don't know, man. I feel good. I think highlights of this week. It's hot out in LA now.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's hot and humid. Hot, humid, sticky, and the missus referred to my genitals as monkey bread the other day. So that's
congratulations on that.
That made me laugh.
Yeah,
that was a funny one. She's quicker than I am in most moments.
That's pretty good. My wife, who works on the other side of the business.
Yeah, we work for the narcs, man.
Works for the narcs, bro. She's a pig. She was talking to
you can't edit that out. This is live.
About male comedians and how old they are and stuff. And she's like, "What, Braunger? Nah, it's 45. Oh, he can hear me." No, I was like, "The fuck." He put me down for a job, but it was kind of like it was just someone probably being like, "Well, what's Braunger?" 30 guys. No, what?
Oh, we're out to pasture for comedy.
I kind of love it.
You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Do you ever go like on like here's like somebody doing an Instagram thing that's not funny, and like, who is this? They're like 2.3 million followers. I'm like, I'm out. Whatever.
I know. It's one of those things. It's like I can't even get mad about it because I'm just like, they worked it. They did it somehow. I don't know how, but Get
it quick, lose it quick, baby.
You said it. Long as people are still coming to see me, cool. you know.
I love my favorite are the people that like dangle their support for you like it's some goddamn bag of gold coins.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, man, your stances on this political issue are really costing you a fan. Oh no.
No.
Oh, I lost a jagoff. Oh, I don't know if I'll ever recover. I lost a Trump supporter as a fan. I
Oh,
don't know if my career will ever come back to the plateau it's on it as it is.
it's so funny that well before there was any social media, fucking Bill Hicks had that line like, "We've lost a moron. We're missing a moron."
Oh, it's yeah, that stuff, man. You really got your this is a positive. This is a positive show, Matt.
Yes.
Positivity, dog.
What's up?
I do 4 pull-ups a day. You doing pull-ups? What's your
Good job.
exercise?
Been doing a lot of hiking, a little bit of exercise classes in the household. I think I told you about Ryan Heffington with his dance
Dance
classes.
church, yeah, man. Dance church happens over here.
Very fun. Yeah. Oh, let's go with hey Jake, you got any questions or anything for us from people? Oh, okay.
Oh man.
When was the last time we were punched? You want to take this one first, Kyle? Because I think you got me beat. I don't know.
I mean, punched in the face. I don't know. Shit, man. Well, there was a time when we were punching each other in the face.
Yeah, that was pretty regular.
We would who won in a fight? Braunger's 6'3". He's gonna win.
Yeah, but you're wily,
6'3",
inventive.
6'3", right? 6'3"?
4, but hey, who's
You're
counting?
6'4"?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think you would probably punch me in the knee and kick me in the nuts and it'd be over.
6'4" versus 5'8", regardless of shape or skill.
Right now, watching this, or probably weeks from now, there are at least 7 Rogan fans that are losing their minds right now. No, dude. No.
You don't get it.
Ground and pound.
Speaking of Rogan fans, this is a joke I wrote today, and I don't know if maybe this turns into like I'm not writing a lot of jokes, but once in a while,
great.
But you know, I'll get my little internet tips with. I was getting into it with people that thought we shouldn't quarantine anymore, and that the protests were just, and like, how can you believe it's all a hoax?
Sure.
But then you look at all these fucking doughy armed GI Joes on the steps of the Capitol. And I'm like, hey, I didn't know you're supposed to dip the red pill in fudge before you took it. That's my joke. That's my joke for those
well
people.
Done. Well,
what'd you do? Deep fry that red pill? Look at it, get a load of this fat fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Moonshine. Who is objectively the worst tattoo? It's me. I know that.
It's got. I mean, it's probably.
You got 2, right?
Yeah, I got 2.
One's already revealed as in the bit.
Yeah. And one's the closer of my special I'm taping this year, so I can't even say what it is.
I'm covered in closers.
What's your?
I'm covered in closers. Look at this. This is the Pork Chop Express.
Nice. I like that.
From Big Trouble in Little China, and it says "kinda invincible" underneath it.
Nice.
Here's Ramblin' Gamblin' Man Jesus.
I remember that one. I love that one.
That one I did. That's the only tattoo I got, and the next day didn't even know, and it took a few hours. That's how drunk I was.
Sure. Story checks out.
This is a pentagram that I did myself.
Oh, good job.
Very awkward.
Do you remember? I remember you dated a chick that like had do her own tattoos.
Oh yeah, man.
And you were like, and remember you were like, yeah, she's got a bunch of tattoos. She's done them all herself. She was like, yeah, I did them myself. And I was like, really? Wow.
I like them wild ones, buddy.
I get it. You had a real poker face. I remember being like, "Oh, I would have never guessed."
I like the Rascals. What can I say?
Oh, can I just say,
This says party pooper. That was a
I love
mistake.
it with the death itself, the ultimate party pooper.
That's a cover up. That's a
That was
cover up.
cool, though. Yeah, I remember it. That was over Time Flies, right? The clock with wings.
Yeah, I thought that was dumb, so I got a Grim Reaper with party pooper written on it. I was like, everybody's got to have a Grim Reaper, right?
I guess.
You getting more? You gonna get more?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay, what's a weird family tradition you have? Okay.
You know what? This ties into the last one, but I realize there's a mantra that my mom would play bingo every Thursday night when I was little, and she would always make sure that everybody in the family would kiss her goodbye. And when you kissed her goodbye, you have to say, "Goodbye, good luck, I love you, have fun."
That's pretty great.
And that, I mean, outside of that, but I think that's going to be my next tattoo.
Yeah, that's great.
Just
Are you gonna get it like Mandarin?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it just in Spanish. Just what that would be. How offensive would that be? Like if you're white and you got something in Japanese, it was like ugh, and like people laugh at it now. Like you don't even know what that says. With the same people that now have Sanskrit all over their body.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you were just a straight up white person, like just got Spanish, just got like,
yeah,
como te amas? Like it means forever, man. It means my crazy life.
No, that means what is your name? Like, what? No.
Like how that would be offensive, but Sanskrit is okay because nobody's really sure what that means in my social.
Well, right. The person who's getting that tattoo is like, well, it's not even real language, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. It's cryptic. It's very cryptic. Do you have traditions? You have family traditions?
Oh shit. Do we have
You're an only child, so you can just
am.
make them up now. You can start one.
I can't think of anything that's all that fucking bananas. I like being at Kara's because like for when we go because we switch off houses, like Christmas at my parents, Christmas at her parents. But like when we go to her house, like her parents have Christmas, and then everyone kind of like it becomes a party into the night, and like people come by, and then we'll just go by neighbors' houses, and it's a lot of fun. Just going and like because people in the neighborhood have it's Massachusetts, the party all the time.
It's Massachusetts. On that, we gotta go. We're going to a break. Stick around.
We'll be right back with a Dropkick Murphys and Aparna Nancherla.
I get that cough in before the. Yeah, we got it.
We did it.
We got this one. Well, I forgot what we were supposed to do. I forgot what our program director Jake told us to do.
I think you cough, and then there's applause. Then we're back. So we did it. Good job,
Jake from Snake Charm. Come on, it's funny
because everybody.
Funny because it rhymes, girl.
Okay, well let's bring on our party person in the place to be, a notorious wild woman about town in New York City. Please welcome the hilarious Aparna Nancherla.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Girls. Hey, girls. How's it going?
Good. How you hanging in?
I'm hanging. I have a lukewarm toddy.
Perfect for spring.
Perfect. It's the perfect spring drink.
I literally think you would get if you get on stage at Littlefield during a cold night.
Yeah.
You're like, I have a lukewarm toddy, but sad. That line would just crush right there.
It is a very Brooklyn line.
Well, it's very sad, Brooklyn. It's very oh.
But
Oh,
I feel like there's a whole demographic of Brooklyn that's permanently sad. That's
I used to have, well, I guess I still, you never used to have a joke, you just have jokes. But how I would like, I just want to meet an accountant from Brooklyn. I don't want to meet any more artists. I want to meet the person who's like exposed brick and weird hot pipes in the bathroom and trudging over steaming sewer grates and all this poetry that's trying to get to them. They're like, I just want to crunch numbers, you know. That's a fascinating character from Brooklyn. I don't need a fucking painter with one leg.
But I still feel like there's old school Brooklyn. I don't know if they're accountants, but they're definitely not graphic designers.
I remember when I taped a special at the Bell House years ago, and like the next day my flight wasn't until like 7 p.m. or something, and I had lunch with a friend, and I was like, I'm not driving to the airport. I'm gonna go get a beer. And I went to like a bar, and I'm like, daytime beer by myself. This is great. Like, who does that? And I went in, and there were people like twice my age with like buckets of beer just staring at me. Like, this is us every day. Like, welcome to Brooklyn. Like, oh, okay.
Where are you from, Aparna? Where are you from originally?
I'm from outside DC.
That's right.
Yeah, the suburbs. But when you said you lived with your parents till you were 26, I lived with my parents till I was 28. I got you beat.
That makes me feel bad. But were you trying to be? I was really still trying to be like a dude in my 20s.
Yeah, I was trying to move to LA, so I think I was like, I'm saving rent. But then that just went on too long.
Well, I've been here for a while. How much money do I have? None at all. I was saving. Turns out I was just the only friend who could be like, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aparna and I met doing the Benson Ball Fest. Doing comedy at Walter Reed Hospital.
That's right. I feel like I partially blocked out that memory.
Well, I remember because they set up a mic for us in like the waiting area for like families. And like for me and you and a couple of, I think Jen Kirkman,
maybe
Jackie Cation.
Yeah.
Like they really dug it. And I remember like you were one of those people that like had such well-written jokes. It was definitely one of those things like, why don't I know who this person is? So just saying.
Oh, come on.
I remember Benson because I remember it was you and Rory because I didn't even know about a DC scene. And it was you and Rory being on shows. I'm like, anytime I saw somebody that was good that I didn't know about, I'm like, well, these guys they're just gonna steal my job. It's always so offensive of any time I met new people that were just way beyond. You're like better than you should have been for not being known.
I feel that way whenever I do a festival. I'm always like, why are these people not all doing Netflix specials?
Yeah, and then it's 18 months later, and you're like, why?
And they are.
We're all Braunger and I are over in the hill. You're still in the pocket of Parnell.
No, I feel over the hill constantly. I've never been on TikTok. I don't know what's going on.
Somebody sent me a TikTok video of like a cat or something. And then I was like, oh, what else is on here? And then it was like, you got to get the app. And I was like, nope.
And that's how they get you, the swiping. It's the same psychological technology basically as like Twitter or Facebook. It's like that slot machines use. Just keep pulling. See what's next. And TikTok is just like, Kara has gotten into it lately, and it's just the other night, like before going to bed.
That's why I saw you on it.
TikTok. Yeah. It's just I keep different songs.
No, I pointed,
and I'm like, it's so weird. You, Kyle. Yeah, it's just the cacophony of different voices and music and stuff. I'm just like, oh God, please stop. My old ears. No.
I feel like
How long is a TikTok?
up to
Said the oldest person in the world.
well, I
Younger than
sound
us.
like a 90-year-old that beat COVID because I'm like, listen, I lived through Vine, lived through Snapchat.
I remember Friendster.
Yeah,
lived
I
through this.
remember Friendster.
But if you're a hack comedian, if you reference MySpace or Friendster, but now it's like, hey, bye, you guys, yeah, remember when Snapchat was a thing? And that's fine. Like
Sure.
the idea of like the brackets of hack shift over the
Yes.
timeline that we exist on is fascinating.
But Friends is back.
Oh, the show?
As a concept,
apparently it's like cool to
Oh.
watch Friends again.
Oh, the youngsters, they love it. They love Friends.
Friends.
I think it's just because it's uncomplicated and it's just there's no real consequences and everybody's kind of real friends, but they're
no
not
real
down.
consequences, really.
Well, come on. Chandler and Ross always ran into some kind of trouble, but it wasn't really anything to worry about. You know, that's how I feel.
I know I did not get caught up in the Friends universe, but shout out to my friend Kevin, old Kevin Leastworst, who my bike riding buddy, who were camping, and something happened when
That's
we were
not
just
a real name. Did you just say Kevin Leastworst?
that's his internet
I'm trying
name.
to fact check you here, Kyle.
No, that's his internet name. That's his internet name. But we were camping. We ate a bunch of mushrooms, but we were trying to get some water to boil, and it was like almost boiled, and it stopped boiling. He's like, "Oh man, this is a real Ross and Rachel thing. Will it or won't it?" And I'm like, "I get that, and it's very funny in the moment. It got me."
That's a hilarious moment. That's really
Tripping out into the cosmos of the desert, and then a Friends reference is what sent me off a cliff. It was great. It was a good time.
Do you guys do quarantine mushrooms?
Ooh, good question.
Good question.
Because I had a friend who did them, but I was like, how fun can that be? I guess maybe if you watch something, I don't know.
We have a friend who works on Kara's side of the biz, and she signed off in like a call with Kara. She's like, well, it's Friday and I just took mushrooms, so I got to get off the phone. Like, just as Hunter S. Thompson would put it, getting paralyzed for the weekend. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I don't think I could with just me and Kara because she's not that into them. And I just eat them by myself. That's we did the Coachella thing with friends once.
Oh, right.
When you watch Coachella on YouTube and you switch stages, and we're drinking beer, and a friend of mine is there, and he's like, "I've been microdosing," and I'm like, "With what?" And he's like, "This bag of mushrooms," and I'm like, "Give me half that bag," and I ate way too much, and like, Kara's like, "What are you doing?" And I went to bed with Kara, and I'm in bed flipping around like a squirrel, like a guinea pig, like cannot, brain will not shut up, body will not stop moving. And she's like, "You have to fuck off, get out of the bed." And I went, this is our old house. And I went, our apartment. I went into the office and no lie, I had a Gollum conversation with myself.
What?
Sitting there. I was like, man, fuck that. She's being shitty. No, you are. You're not listening to her. Why did you take that many mushrooms? They're fun. You took too many. Don't you see? You know, I hate that you're right, but you're right. I literally said that out loud. I spoke out loud. Both people. The duality. That's how
The duality agreed with itself.
Yeah, I mean, in
That's
the end. Ooh. Jake has someone. There's a question for Aparna from Scotland.
Jeez. Okay.
Let's hear it, Jake.
What's the joke? Oh, that's a good question. I feel like that's about 20% of my material.
What, you're giving yourself 1 in 5? All right.
Yeah. I'd say 4
odds.
for the audience, 1 for me.
That's good. That's good odds for comedy.
Yeah, I can't think of one right now. I always feel like I have bits where it's like there's definitely a middle section that I can drop and I never drop it. I'm like, why should I? I just get petulant about it.
I always have something where I'm like, maybe this will be the crowd that finally gets it.
Right.
And that should only take 3 times for a comedian to realize it's a bad joke, but I'll go for a year and a half.
Kyle, what's one off the top of your head? Do you have one in mind?
I just in the middle of like if I get real dark with something, I just go, I bet you when Mexico turns 15, that party's gonna be crazy.
Like a quinceañera?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the whole joke. It's
You don't wanna-
also thinking that Mexico is less than 15 years old.
Of course.
To me, that's funny
Yeah.
that someone thinks Mexico is a very new country.
So much older than us.
But also has some sort of heritage that I'm aware of, some deep-rooted heritage that the party at 15. All of them? The whole place turns 15? That's a big piñata
Nice.
Man.
to shoot down a blimp full of candy.
I remember a dark one too that would rarely work, or it would just make people go, "Aw," but I still liked it. It was like, I'm so uncomfortable in my body sometimes that I think if a serial killer murdered me and wore my skin, I'd be like, yeah, maybe you'll have better luck with it.
Oh, did that
Woo!
from Scotland? Wow.
Nah, keep it in. Keep it in.
Keep it in. That's so good. That should be in your, please try to do that on late night at some point. Like do some kind, like put that in your 5 minutes for Fallon.
Oh, now I only want to do the worst jokes that don't work. I just want
Yes.
to okay. I'll tell. Okay, one I have is about how I just asked them like, it's in the midst of other stuff that's already not going well. So when I know I get to this part of the joke, it's just going to make it worse.
Yeah.
Then because one person's going to laugh at it, you're like, it's for this guy.
Mhm.
But it's just about if you're like, it's just weird that like the whole setup is about it's weird that you choose to get braces for your child. Like that's not like you say you love your child unconditionally,
Yeah.
but then also their mouth is ugly. Like that's like oh, how can you get cosmetic surgery for a child but also braces?
Right.
You can still get, and the whole thing is like if your kid dies with braces, do you have to keep paying for the braces?
Have you guys had like a joke about a family member just come back on you?
Well, it's not a joke. It's just like the conversation you have to have with the orthodontist is the part it's bound upon.
Like, do I have to keep making the payments?
I'm like, well, hey man, listen. All right, well, if you want them back, the wake is from 4 to 8.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
Yeah, see, thank you, Aparna. That's the appropriate response to that.
But that's, I mean, and that's you see, she's a pro, she's a comedian. She did not go, oh, because anytime you make a joke like that, there's always someone that like, I'm going to make a disapproving sound while I'm laughing. It's like,
No, when you watch a comedian make a choice where you're like, this isn't going to go well, that's fun for us.
oh,
Yeah.
Shane Torres, I'll throw him out, both names, Shane Torres.
Ooh.
Full joke about just asking if like, he's like, he goes, I'm going to do this joke on stage. He's like, you think all these different chicken sandwiches are just those people's pumpkin spice? And he told me he was going to do it. And then he did it on stage and it failed. And he just looked to the side of the stage and just went, never again.
which I'm sure made everyone crack up.
Yeah.
In their mind, they're like swing and a miss. Who was that? I think Matt Walsh at like UCB like show, like when he'd make a initiation on stage that wouldn't go well, he'd just go home run to like the back wall, but like he'd yell it at a wall. Anytime I have a so-so set, I'll scream that when I get off stage. It's so fun. Okay, you guys want to call some people?
Yeah.
Let's
go to Chris in Ottawa, Ontario.
Barberham, Lincoln, 6 to 9.
You see that? Hey, man.
Hello.
Who's this? What's this good-looking fella doing paying attention to us?
Oh
Hey,
wait.
girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey girl.
Yeah, I think I'm live. How's it going?
Who's this? What's this good-looking fella doing paying attention to us? That's a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, hold on. I gotta get this audio fixed up. So.
Okay. We can hear you, by the way.
Zoom thing.
Man, I love.
We can hear you, Chris.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Good, man.
Nice, nice. I miss advice from a dipshit, but the boogeyman's keeping me tied over, so it's all good.
Thanks, brother.
Are you in a psychedelic haunted house from 1974?
You look like you're in a New Order video, man. It's super cool.
Oh man, I wish. No, we got like hue lights. We got someone in China sponsored our Instagram channel, and we have these Govee color changing lights and stuff, and probably leaking all our information to China, but that's all right.
You've got a better setup than we do.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're putting us to shame.
It's all right. How have you guys been?
We're good. Where are you at? I see you're blazing the shirt. Where are you at?
Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Ottawa.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're up in Chicago.
I'm wearing a Satanic Coffee Company shirt.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Right. Correct.
Yes,
Nice
we were in
work.
York, Pennsylvania last October. We took a month off and did a spooky road trip throughout the States, and we passed through there. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a female-owned coffee company because that was where they killed a lot of witches.
What's a spooky road?
Only because they worship the devil, Kyle. That's why it's female-owned.
Hold on, Aparna, good question. What's a spooky road trip there?
Yeah, road trip is so pretty much we sold our house in Toronto, which is a crazy housing market, moved to Ottawa for work purposes. So we made a good amount of money and thought, you know what, let's take a month off. We love Halloween. Let's go take in as much Halloween as we can. So we went down to Salem. We helped put together the world's largest Ouija board. Ended up in Savannah, Georgia for Halloween, but just kind of went through all the states, took in as much Halloween content as possible, and had a blast while doing it.
Wow.
I'm so jealous.
Do it. If we're out of this, we got to save Halloween, apparently.
Did you have any paranormal encounters on your trip?
We've had some weird stuff happen. Nothing concrete. I'm skeptical but open-minded. We were down in Tennessee at like some old abandoned church, and they were telling us that people will see, it looks like dim LED lights, that sort of thing. And I remember at one point I saw it looked like dim green orbs kind of in the corner of the room, and I thought, maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. And then in another corner of the room, we're just kind of sitting in this old church, and it looked like kind of a firefly, like a blue LED dropped from the ceiling. And I thought, okay, my eyes are playing tricks on me, and I didn't say anything. And the guy next to me was like, did anyone else see that blue light in the corner? Like, what was up with that? So there's been weird stuff that has happened, but still, is that a spirit? Is that, who knows? It was weird phenomena.
It's weird to think we might come back as LED lights.
I guess that's where it's going. Yeah, I guess my whole place is haunted then.
I like that better than just being a ghost that looks like me.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any good spooky stories? Any personal paranormal encounters? I could share some more if you want.
Sure.
All right.
Aparna, do you have one?
I stayed in a haunted hotel with a friend last year, and the guide, we got a ghost tour before we went to bed, and the guide said there was one ghost that would like scratch people.
Okay.
We didn't get scratched, but the guide said she'd been scratched like 3 times and choked twice.
3 times? That's mocking
Wow.
the
I jumped back in at a very awkward moment.
Yeah, we were talking about people who like being choked by ghosts. Kyle, did you not catch the beginning of?
No, I got bumped because I'm actually stealing my neighbor's internet, and I think
No.
I think we all kind of suspected.
Thanks for your donations, everybody. We're running a real pro operation here.
Oh, speaking of, Kyle, sorry to interrupt. Abraham Lincoln, 69, $105. Got us to the goal. Thank you so much, Abraham Lincoln, 69. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, man. Free my loins.
That doesn't. All right.
Let's step. Where are we at with the goal right now?
We're past it, and now we're looking to double it if we can.
Double it.
Go, go, go.
Go.
I'll donate too. I'm stealing internet. I can afford it. Ghost chokers? Ghost chokes?
Ghost chokes. We were talking about
Ghosts?
paranormal experiences. Yeah.
Dog, this is the conversation I'm missing?
Yeah, man. You dropped out in the middle of Jimmy Buffett concert wearing the parrot head. So Chris was talking about how he basically went on a paranormal, like a spooky tour, which is amazing. And he asked us if we had any spooky experiences. Parna said she got a tour of a haunted hotel or stayed there.
They claim to be the most haunted place on the East Coast.
Whoa. That's saying something. I feel like most of the East Coast is very haunted.
Yeah. Why is that? Because it's older?
Yep. Colonial shit.
Bad lives.
Yeah.
And
a lot of bad lives. A lot of bad people.
Do you remember what hotel it was?
The hotel?
Yeah, what was the name of it, or where was it?
Oh, the Shanley Hotel. It's in upstate New York.
Do you know that one? All right. Yeah, my girlfriend ended up taking a Google map and dropping like hundreds of pins of all these weird, spooky, eclectic places for us to visit. And we just kind of went point to point wherever we were heading through. So she's looking it up now. It might be on the map, but if not, we'll add it to the next one.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm glad. That's nice that you have a special someone in your life who enjoys doing that, because I have my missus doesn't like scary movies. We tried to see Get Out in the theater, and that answers the earlier question. When's the last time I was punched? It was in the theater at Get Out. I had a whole drink thrown on me and got punched. She doesn't respond well to the fear.
It's not even that scary. It's more about people and society, I think.
Yeah, it's like a feature-length R-rated Twilight Zone. I wouldn't say it's as scary as, great movie, but.
Well, have you watched Vivarium yet?
No, that's the one. Oh, that's the one everybody's recommending. Or no, wait.
Dave is recommending it. It's the one. It's like suburbia.
It's Jesse Eisenberg. Yes, I did watch that, and I thought stylistically it was like. It felt like Vivarium. For people who don't know, it's Imogen Poots and Jesse Eisenberg, and they somehow what. Give me your opinion of it. Was it a metaphor? It just they got stuck in like a.
I was reading about it afterwards. I'm going to try to not spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But the intro of the movie, I think the title scene with the cuckoo bird or whatever pushing the other one out of the nest, it was kind of symbolism for that. It was like a parasitic thing that would bring people in, and I don't want to say too much, but it all goes back to that bird.
It's fucked up. It's like
if you want to have a night where you're gonna eat some weed and want to get into a visual movie, remember the part in Beetlejuice where they go to him living in the model of the town?
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the movie's set in that.
Whoa.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this and I'm going to go into a movie we watched last night, one of Rachel's recommendations, The Love Witch.
I'm gonna have to look this one up.
Don't even. You giggle like you know, Aparna.
Well, we got to
giggle like you know.
We got to go to one more. We got to go to one more person. Chris, before we go, producers got to know. Jake has got to know. Are you social distancing? Because that hair looks like.
Thank
come
you.
on.
My girlfriend is standing at a frame. Come over here.
No, absolutely not.
Yes.
She's social distancing. She
buzzed it for me, and like, oh, what should I do? What level? And I'm like, honey, just do it. You'll figure it out.
That's a solid fade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming on, Chris.
Thanks so much. Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
Thanks. You too, buddy. Be good up in Ottawa.
All right. So these next people are real scumbags and friends of mine. Please welcome the sweetest, Trish and Chris.
Hello.
Trish and Chris.
All right, can I start with this?
Hey, there they are.
Hey. Hey, everybody. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Oh,
Why
thanks.
are you sitting in front of your couch?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
No, but why?
That's
Why
not how
not?
couches work.
Because this is where the laptop is.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah.
And like, why not, man? Why do anything now? You know, like seriously, man. There are no rules anymore. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, but the
It is
couch is
definitely-
ostensibly more comfortable than the floor you're sitting on.
I don't know. This rug is pretty comfortable, so
You don't know what kind of pad we've got underneath this carpet.
Trish has a
Couch.
point.
Couch was $60. Rug, $380. And I don't know who I'm talking to over in this direction.
That guy, the guy over there. It's definitely lazy road warrior days these days. You know,
Yeah.
do what you want.
Lazy road warrior.
I spend the majority of my day in like a rolly desk chair doing my job. So just changing it up. I'm on the floor right now.
Mhm.
You gotta change up your sitting opportunities.
that's right. We've been going for hikes every day. We went for a 6-mile hike yesterday in the mountains. You know?
Where you at?
We're in New Hampshire. We live in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, aka the Bucket.
The bucket.
Yes, the Bucket. Matt has been there before. It's a pretty cool place. But we've been staying at our family home in New Hampshire. So enjoying nature, not having living in the city, not being in the city. We did used to live in New York City. We used to live in Brooklyn for 10 years. So, and neither of us were artists. We were
Regular schlubs.
regular, not accountants, but regular schlubs.
What were you do? What did you do? What were you doing there?
Chris was a teacher. He also built sets for the public theater. So he did Shakespeare in the Park. And I used to work at ASPCA.
That's some artistry, though. Set building's an artistry.
Yeah, there is some
We live our lives like our life is our art, you know? So
Yeah.
we're just
No,
trying
I
to
mean,
like
What
life.
was the bar in Brooklyn? The Turkey Leg?
Turkey's Nest.
Turkey's
Turkey
Nest.
Nest.
Yeah, Turkey's Nest.
Yes. And yeah, I've had a lot of good times with Trish and Chris over the years.
How do you know Trish and Chris?
Trish grew up with my wife.
Yeah. Karen and I are best buddies.
Yep. They're boys.
Girls since birth.
See, Trish and Chris, Trish and Kara are boys the way that Kyle and I are girls. You know.
They're always punching each other in the face, getting them together.
Yeah.
Everything's fluid, dog.
And also, these two invented or created the whole Sunday trivia thing we do.
Yes. You
Yeah,
guys should join. It's fun.
You're welcome to join.
We did host last week. Chris likes to be a little pretentious and do really hard questions. So
Oh, really?
One person's hard question is another person's easy question. It's
Yeah.
just trivia.
It's true.
It's all trivial.
What an exclusive attitude, Chris. Give me Chris, I want a question now. What's a question you're getting ready for Sunday? If you're so smart, you'll come up with another one. What's one for
I'm smart enough to
Matt and
steal.
Aparna
I'm
and
smart
I?
enough to
What do you
steal.
got?
And
And
Bar-
Aparna will get it right. She's the smartest one of them.
No, I'm bad at trivia. I don't have that.
do one of your questions.
Can I do like a callback to last Sunday and do one of like the hard ones from Sunday?
Yeah,
Sure.
we don't
And if
know.
I remember it, I won't say.
Okay.
Or I just
So
won't.
this is one. So I do bar trivia occasionally with my coworkers and friends. And this is one that always stumps us, no matter how many times we hear it even. So UNESCO
A
is
million. Oh.
UNESCO, you might have like World Heritage Sites, does stuff. What does UNESCO stand for?
Oh boy.
And I'm gonna stump myself because I probably can't even remember right now off the top of my head what it means.
Probably starts with United.
United Nations.
Yep. There's the first.
United Nations, environmental,
Nope.
Educational.
Yep.
educational.
Scientific and cultural organization.
Thank you for answering your own question because you knew when people weren't going to get it.
Chris is a teacher. He's a reader of humans and their faces. So
You weren't gonna get there. You weren't gonna get there. I was just helping you along the way.
Aparna, do you want to read this question?
Yeah, you guys got a question about your couch. Why is one half darker than the other half?
It's called sexy lighting.
Yeah, I assume it's just hair grease darkening up one half of the couch.
Oh. See, I thought, Trish, when you said sexy, like you said, I thought you were going to say one side is the sex side. Like I thought you were just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Strategic
This
patina.
side lighter than this
Yeah.
side.
So many sex juices on this side. This side, good.
We can only fuck with the lighting. It's gotta project this way.
Like an
It's gotta
old
go this
baseball
way.
mitt.
Yeah.
The shadows this way are very unattractive.
I like to go north-south. I don't like to go east-west. I don't know.
Everybody's got a bunch of chins if you're going equatorial. You gotta go polar. If you go
Right.
equatorial, tons of chins. Quick go around. We gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
How many UNESCO sites have we all been to?
Oof.
I got this list up. We ready to chime in on the list?
Oh, so I need some names of list places then, and then I can be like, yeah, I've been there.
Oh, shit, there's 1,100 of them. All right, never mind. I thought there was like,
Been to all of them.
Real quick.
I thought there was 7. but
I'm
that's
like
the one that's the
Croatia.
worst.
I've been there.
I thought there was like only like a dozen. I don't know.
There's this
So,
scenic overlook on 95 in Connecticut. Is that one?
You guys ever been to the first Shoney's before? The first Shoney's probably UNESCO heritage site.
Have you guys been to the strip club outside the airport in Chicago called O'Hare Girls? Real place.
I actually got lost delivering pizzas to O'Hare Girls.
Whoa.
Okay. Okay, some shout outs to some of our donors. A mandatory reading, nice. Karen Wachtel, Slacker Joe, Saran Itanich, wow, and Annie Harrington. Thank you guys for giving to the homeless. And also, Trish, what is the rescue organization you're working with?
Oh, I work for an animal shelter in Brockton, Massachusetts called the Animal Protection Center of Southeastern Mass. And if you're interested, you can go to our website, apcsm.org, and we're accepting donations. We're trying to place a bunch of kittens right now. So if you want to help a nonprofit, we're a small one, and we're trying to thrive through all of this right now. So your support would be really appreciated.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks. I'm very sad that it's not late enough that Chris is drunk enough to have no shirt on, because that is always a highlight. Oh, yes.
No. That's behind the paywall. That's behind the paywall, I think. I don't know. Come to my secret chat room. It's that doesn't exist.
What does it?
It's a UNESCO site.
Aparna, before we go, is there anything that you've been noticing lately in your experiences being quarantined with your boyfriend? You'd like to share? That's weird or whatever.
We accidentally got a bidet in the mail. You got a bidet?
I've been living that life for 6 weeks.
Fuck me. I'm the only one here without a bidet?
Well, it's like we ordered one that goes in the toilet you already have.
Yeah, it goes under the seat. That's what
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah.
I'm not putting in a whole other
No.
device.
Wow.
Maybe I'm using it wrong. I've used less than 2 rolls of toilet paper in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah, that's why he ordered it.
That's why we got it initially.
might have to do that. I might have to go join the butt spray club. That sounds fantastic.
Dog, learn about your body.
I've used them.
But
You know,
having one in your home, free time to drip dry.
Yep.
okay.
Just what am I doing with my wet butt? Sit there, read something.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, I remember you staying on the toilet for hours when we lived together. You were engrossed in an article reading about werewolves or whatever.
We had 2 bathrooms. We were fine.
I know, but at the same time, thank God.
I had an old bit about how like like you want to talk about bad bits. I talk about how we went to Palermo's. It's a spaghetti time for Braunger fans out there.
I bet.
For the Braunger fans, we both would get lasagna because like, oh, lasagna sounds good. We'll get lasagna. Then we walk home because we wouldn't finish the lasagna. We each had leftovers and put lasagna in the fridge. And we walk down the hallway. But then after eating a big lasagna dinner with a bunch of wine, we'd have to break off into 2 separate bathrooms. And then I would say that's the closest I've ever come to being in the Blue Angels.
Yeah. I forgot the Blue Angels bit.
Yeah.
You
It's
guys peeling off into the
an unfunny story for one punchline, a la Dana Gould's, and they don't without ruining the punchline, Dana Gould's Black Dahlia bit.
Okay.
It's just it's a pale mimicry of that bit.
Hey guys, we've tied our all-time record tonight with from the Coalition for the Homeless. So good work, Aparna. Great choice. I guess we got to wrap. We gotta go. There's other shows coming on, but anything? Okay. What here? Was that question for us or no? Okay. Anything to add, kids?
I want to hear Aparna. I look to you for wisdom.
Me too.
And a good centering in any time of need. Aparna, give us all a little piece of advice.
Wash your butts.
Nice.
I mean, I was already on it, but that's good advice.
Yeah.
If you don't have a bidet, you got a shower and you got free time. Get in there. You don't need toilet paper anymore.
Figure it out. Figure it out.
Thank you so much for joining us, Aparna.
Thanks for having me. Girl.
Thanks for being this week's Hey Girl for us Hey Girls.
Thank you, Hey Girls.
Love you, honey.
Oh, shit, you can twirl.